All right, everybody. It is May 12th market update. We're going to go over a few things here. We're going to go over the crypto, the Forex stocks, some gold, oil. We'll go over some indices. So we'll look over at SPY, the Triple Q. We may take a look at the S&P 500 and some other things. Make sure if you haven't already, tap onto that screen, hit like it, follow, join over here at 60strading.com. Join the Discord, get the indicators, get these calls. Dude, it is amazing and stuff over here. I was in here watching and stuff, and I seen Jay has been dropping some of his drops in here and stuff of profits and all that. So Friday, I know he took a 25% profit on XRP. I think it's the only one he likes to trade. But so he took a 25% profit on Friday, which I know exactly how much that was. That was a payday for a week right there. And then you come in yesterday with a 38% profit. That one was a double the payday. So he went in on that one good too. I posted in there where I took a profit of 133% on XRP, and then got back in, took another 46% profit. And then, of course, I am already back up over 100%. I'm actually sitting right at 200% on XRP. And I got a few other ones that is up in like 500% and stuff. So if you haven't already, head on over, join us, get in on the action. Let's go over here and get into it. So I got somebody in the Discord here that has requested a couple stocks or was it energies and stuff they wanted me to look at. So that's exactly what I'm going to do today, as I'm going to take a look at that. So energy stock. So right here is the GE Vernova. And what I'm looking at is when I take my zoom in here, is we came up right here. And so if I was to mark it out here, we have a order block right here. And for those who don't understand, how is this an order block? Okay, so we have this candle that comes down, creates the new candle. This one comes down. So you had candle A, the first one. This one's candle B. Now we created candle C, right? Well, between the candles A and C left a fair value gap. That's where, like, the big banks, smart money, all that, they want to get in there, right? So it leaves a gap that has to be filled. Well, we came down, we come right here, it came up, it still didn't fill it, all that, and look, we come all the way back. This candle tapped right there to that one. It tapped it, pulled back, it rejected it. That was a perfect spot for entry. Stop loss right there just above that top of that candle, which would be the top of the order block. So you get in on that, write it down beautifully to our red line here. What we're looking at, we might see one more attempt to come up to this order block area. And then I'm looking for this push down to here, right? So we have an order block down here. We still got to come back down to fill this gaps that was created all the way up. This one was too small. I believe we're going to just destroy this. So be watching for us on the daily to continue to push back. And so I'm looking for that $9.08 or so. So if I was to put my entry in, I would be looking at, might front run it just a little bit. Entry right in there. Put my stop loss just below it down here. And then I'd be looking at another push to the upside. You want to target at least what you can already come up to and get. Now, yes, you could push on up and look for higher prices. If you're going to do something like that, as you're working your way up, move your stop loss up into the take profit as you're up in profit. And then that way you don't have to worry about, really setting your take profit unless it's where you think it's going to hit and reverse. So for me, I'd be happy to just come back up to the order block right there. It's about a 23% move on just a simple spot move. Now, if you're putting leverage on it, make sure, if you haven't already, figure that out. Go over here to 60strading.com, head over to the trade calculator, put in your leverage, entry, and all that stuff. Calculate it and see, is it really worth the risk? All right. Now, coming back over here, we have another one that they want me to look at. So this would be the one they want me to take a look at here. So when he pushed it out here, when we take a look at it, it was at 288. We're at 283 right now. So here we have where it has come up and it has hit this little order block area right here. Look, it hit it, didn't break all the way through it. It rejected hard and pulled back. So I would be expecting to see some more pullback. Now, for this one, we do have a little spot here, and it's a bigger candle than we had on that other one. So there is a possibility of pushback here, because what I've been looking at here, or not been looking at, just looking at it because I'm looking at it fresh with you, is we rode up here above the green. We kind of come back close to it, pushed up some more, finally crossed it, come back up, and now we're below it. I'm looking for this next one to be a push down below our red line there. So that order block would be the next one as we push back up, pull back some more. So we could be seeing the reversal and the pullback on this one back down towards a lower order block down here, down below. But for now, we want to look at this first target of this order block right in here. So you'd be looking at about 239 down to 216. That's what I'll be looking at right there. All right, now let's go over here, take a look at the USD JPY. All right. So we've done our little drop downs, pullbacks, and right now it's in the position to push back up here again. So we do have an order block sitting up here on the top side. That's where I would be looking at us coming up and tapping to come back down. It's created basically a little slingshot, so good entry spot, riding it up, stop loss down below the bottom of the candle. So you'd be looking at, even if you got in right now, something around there like that. Once it gets up there and hits in there, you look for that rejection. And when you see that rejection, that's when you want to take and get in for the short. Stop loss just top of the order block. We're riding that bad boy back down here for another tap, because we got 1, 2, 3 taps on the yellow. I believe we've pretty much maximized out, and we're going to wind up seeing that hit and pull back and hit that yellow again and push down towards the blue and the pink. So those are something that are at play. So be looking for the USD JPY to be dropping down towards that $1.51. Now, moving on over to the Euro USD, we are still marked out there the other day where I was like, well, we're right here, we're topping out, we're going to pull it back. And that's exactly what we've done. As you can see from the last time I called it, we pushed up. I said, we're coming back. Here's been a couple of days. Look, now we're pushed back down. So markings was still there from last time. I am in on this trade, and I am riding this bad boy right on back down. I'm going to make me some profit. All right. So you still see we're still targeting down here around that $1.14 area. Kind of like what we was talking about with the USD JPY. It may see a little more pump before it pushes, but at the same time, it's wanting to come back to its bank line as well. The New Zealand dollar kind of pushed out of its range here. touching up here in the higher area. So that one was technically an order block that was still available. And as you see, it hit it twice, rejecting it. So I'm still looking for this one to continue to pull back down. So we made quite a few runs on that, making money. And again, anytime you take any kind of trades, always, once it's in profit, move your stop loss into the take profit area. So if it decides to pull back up and go past your entry, you take a profit. You can re-enter at the next best entry and write it again. So for this one, I made quite a bit of money off of that one from where I got in. It rode down, come back, and I took a profit. Come back up, it hit, come back down, come back and hit my stop loss, took profit. I've done that multiple times. So that's something that I always teach and I always tell the members of my community. We want to make money. We don't want to lose money. We're always going to do our best to limit how much of a loss we ever take. And we're going to have the best risk management. So right here, looking for some more downside. I am in on this again up here. And I'm still looking for this drop down here. So this time it rides on down. I'm going to make even more money. All right. The GPB USD, we're looking at that. Look at this. All right. You got A, B, C candle. C didn't come back to A. You left the fair value gap. It actually kept climbing. So now you got a gap from right there all the way to right here. So, excuse me, looking at $1.32.70 is the area. That's going to be your blue line. So come down, touch our order block, reject it, and then you might see some more upside before it continues to work its way down for the pink line. We've already got that red sell-off. Even though we pushed up a little high right there, we're still in a sell-off. It ain't going to keep pushing because there's not enough for it to keep going right now. It's pulling back. It's saying, I've got to reset to that pink line. All right. So that's what we're looking at for this. So if I was going to put a trade in on this one right now, I can short it, stop loss just up here, take profit right down here. So that is what? Not even a one. That's about 0.71% to the downside and a 2% to the good side. So for me, with me using Oanda for my Forex, that 2% technically would be, if I remember correctly, that's 100% profit. I think it's either 1 or 2% is 100%. So it's either 100 or 200% profit for me right there. So yeah, hey, that's a beautiful ride. Get down in here, look at entering in here and pulling back up again up above the yellow line area. It's going to show us an order block it's going to wind up creating. So that's where we'll be looking at then. So that's what we got for Forex. Let's move on over and let's take a look at the cryptos. We'll hit Bitcoin first. So yesterday I was looking at it and I was like, man, we ain't pushing past that. It looks like we're going to be closing, creating a reversal candle. Look at that right there again. We created another reversal candle. Look, reversal candle, reversal candle. That was reversal for the upside. I mean, it's doing that every so often stuff here, but we're over pushed here. It's going to have to pull back into this order block area. I mean, we've already crossed below the green. We've pushed back up. We tapped it. Now we've got to pull back down here below the red. So I'm expecting to push down to touch that right there. And then we may see another push up, try to hit this upper order block. It has tried hard, but it is just getting into that overbought, can't hardly push anymore. It needs to pull back to reset. So I'd be looking at, if I wanted to right now, a short would be here, stop loss right there, and I'd be looking at take profit right there. That's what I'm looking at. Now you can overextend your stop loss if you want, up past right there. But if you do, whatever you do, before you place that fully in there, again, head over to 60strading.com, go to the trade calculator, put all your entry, stop, take profit, all that stuff in there, and adjust the leverage until you find the best risk to reward ratio. Don't over risk yourself. Because at any time, if they want to take and shoot it up, tap this order block just so they can liquidate everybody that's in a short, they can. That's why we use a smaller stop loss with a bigger take profit. And we also make sure we manage how much we're going to lose if it hits that. We don't want it to hit it, but if it hits it and they decide they want to shove it to here, we already know our next best entry is going to be here. So if it pushes up there, we're going to enter, stop loss just above it right there, and we're going to ride that bad boy right back down. We've already got it mapped out, ready to go. All right. Ethereum. With Ethereum, it's showing that we still got more upsides, whereas Bitcoin is stalling out and about ready to fall over. It is exhausted. It can't handle climbing anymore. Bitcoin is about ready to tap out, in my opinion, and to let the altcoins run. This bull market is here. Whether you like it or not, the bull market is in. Altcoins are about to take off. I already called and said that, alt season is here. So I've already made some good money off of them, and it's not even started the high speed moves that you would normally see in an altcoin season. So we're in at the beginning. We got in on the floor area where I called it, and we got spot holdings and we got trades that's running on it, and we're enjoying it. So right here with the Ethereum, we're seeing it pull back down here. As you can see, we pulled below the red there. We got to pull back down below the orange. We're going to wind up seeing that pull back more than likely. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're going to wind up seeing a pullback down in here. See, on the daily, that one's already been hit. So this is going to be, on a 4-hour time frame down here. So that would be a 4-hour pink line with a little bit there. So $2,093. That is a very good possibility. Because we came down from where we was told to sell off on the 4-hour. It didn't hit to create the green area. We pushed back up, but it didn't give us, so we couldn't get it. See, green to the red. Red didn't get a green. We're going to pull back down, hit, and we can push back up higher again for the next order block. So if I was playing it right now, which I do have a play in, short it. Like right there. So, I mean, that in itself is an 8% down with a possible almost 3% up, backwards or whatever. So I'm risking that much for this. So that's my Ethereum play. XRP, look at that. We got the drawings here still. I said, here we've hit. We're going to see it do the swoop and push up to here. And then we're going to see a little pullback. Look, we actually came right up to here. We're doing a pullback. We created a reversal candle right there. So we came up, new candle, didn't break up higher, stayed right there, closed right where it was opened, created the new candle, and now we're pulling back. So I'm actually in on that one as well, back to the downside. So for XRP, we do have, let me get rid of some of these markings here. We have two little order blocks here. Let me just zoom in here. So we have this order block right here that's on the daily, which is $1.43.45 down to $1.41.93. But then inside of that, we have the 4-hour order block right here, which is $1.4306 down to $1.4180. So my expectations is entry here, take profit at least right there for that rejection. And let's see. Let me move to the daily again. So you'd move just to the top right there of that wick. That's not a great. Oh, no. Let me go back to the 4-hour because that would probably be the better one. Yeah. Yep. So we're going to be pulling back down. So I'd be pulling back down about right there on the 4-hour. At this point, since you're already this far down, we have the curvature on the green line for a push to the downside here. Yeah, we're going to be pulling back down, tapping there, and then we can see some more upside from there. That's your XRP. Take a look here real quick. XDC, how are we playing out over here? Wow. From where I called it down in here, up, I already had XDC up 300%, and I already took a profit on it. I enjoyed that. Kind of wish I'd have stayed into that, because I knew we was going to see that pump on it. Already had the green dot down here. We still got more ways to go for XDC to the upside. So keep an eye on that one. I am still in my axle, even though we come all the way up in here into my order block. I'm still expecting to see some more upsides. As you can tell, I'm still looking for more high sides here. I need to extend this on over some more. Yeah. Of course, I do have my stop loss has already been moved up, so if it breaks down below, I wind up making money anyway. So either way it goes, I'm good. I'm gonna take a profit of over 300%. So, but yeah, I'm still looking for this 112% upsides from entry area down here. SHX still shows it has the ability to do more upside. You have ability for an entry. If it comes down into there for the upside. Zabek, that one was already in right there. Goes up. I'm looking for that one to head on up to that spot up in there, the 0.006922. Yep, expecting it. We're still in the uptrend. It does not want to go down. Zabek is getting news left and right. So, all right. Is there any more on here I'll look at? Look at this one right here. I'm still in on this one. Look at this. I called this what? This was what, back on May 1st? I'm still in this one from May 1st. Dude, this thing's still looking pretty primed. It looks like it has a little bit of a pullback right now to touch the green line finally. But I'm not scared on that one. I'm still letting that one ride. Timer says we ain't got too much more time to go. So I'll try to speed it up here. Get a few more things in. All right, so done with the crypto there. Let's see. Take a look at the metals here, gold and silver. So we did the pull back here, push back up. We're still on the downside flip here. So we're going to see another drop back down again. We still hadn't hit to the yellow line. So you're going to still see $4,353 on gold. Upper order block still is available. Still hasn't been hit. So as we continue to work our way to the downside, might take us another few days, but it's showing that it's already pretty much about to max out again here, and it can't even get close to that order block. So I'm looking for a pullback. And looking at the silver, silver's pushed up, broke its last lower high, creating that new higher high. But we're topping out, so we're pretty much, looks like today we may be creating a reversal candle. So we may stay sideways a little bit here and stuff and create where we close round about where we opened to create the next candle for another pullback. But don't be surprised if it pushes a little higher. Let's see. Yeah, we're pulling back. So definitely pulling back, tapping the pink line and stuff again here, dropping down to there. You see that easily. You can easily see that right there as a pullback. So pulling back into there and then continuing up. Silver's wanting to start getting back up here and pushing for some more all-time highs. All right. All right. Let's see. Gonna go check over on oil. How's oil doing? So from the top order block we had here, where it hit, and we got that rejection wick right there, all the way down. That for entry right where we would say we'd take it. That ride down right there was about 18%. And I'm still looking for another drop. Right here we had another ABC candle. There's your fair value gap between here and here. So looks like right now we've came up with a wick and we've tapped that technical order block. Let me mark that out here. So you're looking at something about right there, but right there you see we tapped it and it's pulled back. We're on a watch and see, and that's on the daily. We should be able to see this thing reject and push back down some more. It's time for the green to flip back down below. We pulled it down, push back up. Now we need to cross it down below the red again for that downside. For that reversal we've been calling for. We're still in the downside right here. So we're looking at, we shouldn't push up above 107. You're looking at 102.69 is where we tapped, which was the bottom of that order block. But we shouldn't break no 107. We should be able to take reverse here and stay to the downside for oil. So my theories on it which oil can go wild just by somebody saying something about war. So you got to be careful with it. But you do stop loss up in here. You'd be looking at take profit down here. 33%. They like that 33. I got the S&P 500. Dang, that thing is saying that, it is well overworked and needs to pull back. Here we had come down and we crossed the red, came up, touched the green, pushed up, touched. We've done that a few times. It is about time for it to pull back down to the green again. So I'll have to watch that some more, but we're going to see some more push to the downside here. I do believe on the daily here. Looks like we tapped out to the top there, and right here we've created that pullback. We may see it stay a little sideways today, or it may push on down to the green automatically today. But if it stays sideways, we might see it close out, creating that reversal candle for a pullback down, maybe deeper into that green area, down towards that $7,296 area. Bottom of that thing sitting down at the 7,223. Take a look at SPY. SPY is needing to pull down again. What we got? 4 hour looks like it's wanting to create that reversal. 2 hour already had a reversal and is pushing back. Yeah, 1 hour too. So 1 hour is pulling back. 2 hours already pulling back. The 4 hours wanting to be a reversal. Yeah, pre-market is 763, which is down in here. Market closed at $739. So you're seeing it is wanting to rip down. It's wanting that drop. And here we are. Yeah, you're looking at this thing wanting to create, even on the daily, going to wind up pulling back down here where it was open and stuff, and it wants to create that reversal candle. Seeing a pullback. So I wouldn't be surprised to see $722 down to the $714 easy, as we are well pushed into the oversold area. Last time we did those, you had pullbacks. But here we had twice that it's pushed up. This is the third time that it tried to continue to push, but it is needing to pull back. It's being over pushed. Triple Q. Yeah, we've tapped. We need to pull back down into the green area. So, and I would be looking. We got to come back down at least to $661 down to that $656 for Triple Q. It is way oversold. It is definitely screaming that it's time for bigger pullback. So don't be surprised if it does do a hard pull back down in here to this $568 down to the $555 and push on down for this $531 pink line, because it's due for a pink line reset. That is going to be it for today's market update. Again, if you haven't already, head on over to 60trading.com. Come join us. Sign up. One thing that we do have available too is once you sign up and join into the Discord, you are now also an affiliate. So you have the ability to refer other people to the community as well, and be able to earn off money off of your actual subscription. You refer enough people, then it'll pay for your entire subscription and pay you. So if you haven't already, make sure you follow, drop a comment, like the video, head on over to 60trading.com, join in, and start making money. Play it smart, play it right, do the proper risk management. Take care, God bless, and we will see you in the next episode. If you're in the Discord, you're going to be getting updates all week long. We'll see you there.